So when it comes to Donald Trump, he's had a strange couple of months. And this is coming from someone who's a fan of Donald Trump. But I gotta tell you, starting wars, standing up for foreign countries, as well as hiding information and calling us all crazy for asking questions. I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of the guy. Yeah, he's doing some pretty strange things. And I just wanted to take some time to just explain why it is that I do like Donald Trump so much, because I was at a kid's party today, right? So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll put a picture up now. I've got the Donald Trump mugshot, and I've had it for years now, on the key ring, on my keys, on my house and my car keys. It's the Donald Trump mugshot. And someone saw it at the party, at the kids' party, and they said, is that a Donald Trump key ring you've got? And I said, yeah, absolutely it is. I mean, you could see it from a mile away. I got it from AliExpress. It was only like £1 as well. I love a bargain. But they said, why do you like Donald Trump? And to be honest with you, it's a good question. And I'm going to tell you pretty much what I said to them. Is that he could be chilling. That man could quite literally, he could be doing nothing. He could be on his golf courses. I mean, he owns quite a lot of them. He could be anywhere on planet Earth, anywhere he wants to be with. He could be with anyone. And it's more that character arc that I'm sort of more into. I think when politicians actually make it into power, they just sort of, I don't know, they just start doing weird stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like, they just do things that are strange. But like I said, he could be chilling. He could be doing anything that he wants. Quite literally as well, with the money that he has and had. As I'm sure he's probably lost more by being the president. And you've got to think to yourself as right. So at the moment, he's 79. I don't know about you, right? I'm yawning at about 1:30 in the afternoon. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting tired. And he's still going. He would do speeches upon speeches. He would go for hours. And still can. And he's got that passion. And you just love to see it as well. And it's kind of, you don't want to call him an underdog, right? Because let's face it, the guy's a billionaire. He's not an underdog. But they really hated him. They even tried to end him a couple of times. Tried to send him to jail. And he could have, he could have just walked off into the sunset. He'd have had no charges, no cases, no nothing. Could have just walked off into the sunset. But it's like spite. I'm fueled a lot by spite. I'll hold grudges, the weirdest grudges for the longest amount of times. And I think it's the same with Trump as well. Is that he just seems to be really annoyed, and that just seems to drive him to want to do it. And I really, really admire that. Because let's face it, if most people, they got to 79 years old, and they were a billionaire, but they're going to sacrifice all of that to be put in the way of everything that they're getting at the moment. Like I said, that is quite admirable. But having said that, he's doing some strange things. He's not releasing the list. Why not? He's starting wars on behalf of other countries. Why? It just makes no sense. And then to gaslight everyone and just, why is everyone still talking about it? Of course we are. I'm still talking about, September in 2001 in New York. I'm still talking about that. When the towers fell down. I haven't let that go. So yeah, of course people are still talking about it. And I'll say on a final note as well with Donald as well, it's just one of those things where you should never sign up to 100% of what someone has to say. It's like when people say I'm 1,000,000% behind the Reform Party. It's like, well, you don't really know what they're going to do next week. So you can't really ever be 100% behind someone or 100% agree with someone. So I can safely say that I do like Donald Trump. He's got great character, great skill, great energy and great drive. But I don't know, I missed it when he lost. I remember it vividly. But I don't like politicians when they're in power. It'd be the same with Rupert Lowe. I'll wrap it up here. But it'd be the same with Rupert Lowe. There's going to be mistakes. If he ever became Prime Minister, there's going to be issues, dramas, ghosts in the closet. I don't know. Maybe these people are better out of power. I'm not quite sure. So, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe, and also check out this video on screen, where it speaks for itself. To be quite honest with you, speaks for itself.
This country has gone crazy.